So here are our Red Ranger chickens. We butchered most of them this fall. I got a few scattered underneath the rabbit pens here. And our little crazy rooster, whatever he is.
I think he's a bunny.
Anyway, we kept a few back. We kept, how many hens did we end up keeping, Wyatt? 6 or 8?
Close to 11.
Is there that many?
I think so.
And one rooster for eggs to incubate this spring. This is my chicken house. The one little nest box, and let's see here. Oh, there's an egg in there. They're a brown egg.
Some are white.
And kind of a light cream color brown, I guess you'd say. I'm going to buy one of those Incu kits off the internet and turn a standard igloo type cooler into an incubator. Here, put this in your pocketlet. So anyway, the reason I'm doing the video here today is what is today? The 26th. And I'm going to breed some rabbits to get ready to sell them for Easter. I always figure that I need to breed right around the 1st of January or a little before to have all of the babies weaned and ready to go for the kitties for Easter. Well, I guess while we're here I could do a little update on what we do to maintain our rabbits during the winter months. As you can see, we use these heated water bowls or water containers, filled from the top, really nice. They're a little on the spendy side. They're I think 20 something bucks a piece. They plug right into a standard outlet. You got them just pigtailed from cord to cord going to each cage with one of these heaters. We used to use, I don't even know why these are still in the pens, but we used to use these, just a dog water bowl. I'd have 2 for each pen. In the morning, when my kids came up to do their chores, this is part of their chores, is the one that was out overnight would be froze solid, so they'd take this in the house, the one frozen in the house, put it in the bathtub, put in the new one, filled it with water, and then in the evening they'd do the same thing again. So I found that if you try to break the ice out of them, these just get all broke up. In fact, you can see this one broke right there. So anyway, those are other methods of watering. We tried the aluminum water bowls, we tried it all. And it all works, but these plastic ones work real good. We got these for $1 a piece. So we bought, like I said, enough to do 2 for each pen. So anyway, we're gonna let's breed a rabbit. Might put the buck back in his pen. That's our male. He's a good boy. He does the job and he does it quick. So grab a doe and let's just start out here. I'm gonna do Blackie. Now on my rabbits breeding 101 video I did, I kind of explained what you want to do. Like I said, you always want to put the doe in the buck's pen. Look at how fast he's getting with it here. And what he'll do is when he's ready and done, he's not accomplishing anything at the moment. He'll kind of fall off the back of her when he gets the job done, and then he'll start thumping the cage generally. And I like to see him do that 3 or 4 times. Oh, there he goes. See how he fell off the back? I like to see him do that 3. My son just broke that egg in his pocket. That's funny. Anyway, I like to see him do that with each doe 3 or 4 times. Nice. And then I'll pull that doe out of his pen, put her in her own pen for a while, hour or so, maybe 2 hours, and put her back in with the buck again. And I'll do that with all of my does all the same day, all at the same time, basically, within that 24-hour period. And then I'll go in the house, write it down on the calendar. And then from the day I breed, which would be today, the 26th, I'll count out 30 days on the calendar. And then on the I always do like the 27th day, I'll put in the nest boxes. In the winter months, like we're going to be doing now, you definitely want to make sure your nest boxes are insulated and lots of straw in them, so those little babies don't die. And there again, you see my video how I build nest boxes with the insulated bottom. Okay, so Wyatt, let's pull her out. He got her once there. And then we'll move on to the next doe. We'll come back here in a couple hours. You're going to probably climb in there. Come back here in a couple hours, and that's a big doe. She has really good litters, and she's really a protective mama. She's kind of mean actually when she has litter of babies, which is good. You know what? She's protective, so I don't blame her for that. This mama here is a really protective one too, and real vicious when it comes to protecting her young. There's another chunky fat old mama.
Okay.
Real pretty little doe there. And that bucky's. Look at that, how quick he gets going there. Done. Okay, that quick. One thing about breeding rabbits is, you know, you really don't have to force them or entice them or anything. They breed like rabbits, like the old saying goes. We got one more doe to do. I'll just show you. No reason to watch her breed here. I'll just show her to you. One of my personally favorite does. She's pretty calm, even with the litters
She likes
of bunnies. So we'll get her bred. I'll come back in a couple hours. And oh, I was telling you about how I do the calendar trick. So 30 days from now, I'll mark on the calendar, you know, baby's born. 27th day, I put the my son lets him run around the yard. 27th day, I put the nest box in the cage. And let's see, and then at 7 weeks, they say between 6 and 8 weeks you can wean. I like to wean about the 7th week. So that's when they'll be ready for market. And I always like to try to sell the first few litters, or the first 3 litters, I guess you could say, since I have 3 does. It helps sustain my food. It'll pay for, I don't know, I generally try to get $7 to $8 a kit or baby rabbit for the Easter time, and that I can generally make, you know, enough money to buy 5 or 6 bags of pellets, which then gets me through most of the summer. You know, with substituting fresh greens and other things throughout the year. So that's the reason I do it. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't breed this early, because you do lose a few typically in the early spring when it's cold. Although I'll say last year I didn't. And this year I had pretty high demand. Last year the local feed stores were wanting more bunnies, and I just couldn't supply enough. So this year I have an extra doe, and looking forward to getting the greenhouse and the garden going this year. Really am. Got to do some pruning on the apple trees. But anyway, that's a long enough video. Wasted your time enough. So take care.